Disney's upcoming live-action remake of Lilo and Stitch is stirring up plenty of buzz among fans and casual moviegoers alike. The beloved 2002 animated film, known for its heartwarming story of an unlikely friendship between a Hawaiian girl and an alien experiment, is set to be reimagined with real actors and cutting-edge CGI. But what will this live-action adaptation really be like? Will it stick closely to the original, or will Disney take bold creative risks? There are many fan theories floating around, from emotional depth for Stitch's backstory to questions about the movie's modern messaging. In this video, we're breaking down some of the most interesting fan predictions and theories to give you a glimpse into what the live-action Lilo and Stitch might hold. 1. Stitch's backstory revamped. A deeper emotional journey. In the original animated movie, Stitch is introduced as an experiment designed for destruction, whose only goal is to escape from his creator, Dr. Jumba. His character arc is largely about learning to love and care for Lilo and finding his place in the world. However, many fans believe that the live-action adaptation may offer a more fleshed-out backstory for Stitch. Could we see a deeper exploration of Stitch's creation and the scientific processes behind his genetic makeup? Fans have speculated that Disney may choose to humanize Stitch to some degree, giving him more of an emotional history that explains his behaviors and his struggles with fitting in. In terms of Stitch's emotional growth, could we see a more reflective, contemplative character as he grapples with his past on the planet Turo, and how his alien nature conflicts with his developing affection for Lilo? Given Disney's trend of expanding the backstories of its characters in live-action versions, such as with Cruella or The Lion King, a more detailed take on Stitch's origins seems entirely possible. 2. Will Lilo and Stitch be wokeified? One of the biggest concerns surrounding modern Disney live-action remakes is how they balance the original story with contemporary values. Lilo and Stitch was a significant movie in terms of representation, particularly when it came to showcasing the Hawaiian culture and the importance of family. However, the concept of woke, or politically correct messaging, has been a hot topic for some fans. Could the live-action adaptation go overboard in its focus on modern-day values, like girl power or inclusion? A major discussion point is whether Disney will introduce new themes or strengthen existing ones. Lilo and Nani's relationship already offers a powerful look at sibling dynamics and the challenges of growing up. But could this live-action remake add an extra layer of empowerment, perhaps with Nani becoming an even more prominent role model? Some fans worry that Disney may overly modernize the themes, but with Lilo's original character being cast with appropriate ethnic representation, it seems likely that they will continue to honor the original cultural aspects. 3. Will Stitch be humanized in the live-action? One of the most contentious fan theories is whether Stitch's character will be humanized in the live-action remake. Animated characters in recent Disney remakes, such as the Beast in Beauty and the Beast or Sinbad in The Lion King, have been given more complex, human-like emotions to make them feel more relatable. Could this trend extend to Stitch? While some fans argue that making Stitch more human-like might compromise his quirky, alien charm, others believe that it could deepen his emotional journey. Fans expect Stitch's bond with Lilo to be a focal point of the film, and if his character were made more emotionally complex, it could lead to a more nuanced portrayal of the friendship between the two. 4. The science behind Stitch's abilities. Will it be explained more clearly? In the original movie, Stitch's extraordinary abilities, his super strength, agility, and near invincibility, are a result of his genetic engineering. However, many fans are wondering if the live-action remake will dive deeper into the science behind these traits. Will we see a more detailed explanation of how Stitch was created, possibly with a focus on genetic engineering and cloning technologies? This could open the door to exploring the ethics of creating genetically modified creatures and the consequences of manipulating DNA. As science fiction and the conversation around genetic research evolve, the live-action version could incorporate modern scientific discussions. This would give the movie an updated educational dimension, while still retaining the lighthearted nature of the original film. 5. Lilo and Nani's relationship. Will it evolve in the live action? One of the most touching elements of the original Lilo and Stitch is the relationship between Lilo and her older sister, Nani. The two share a bond that is central to the movie, with Nani stepping up to care for Lilo after their parents' passing. But how will this relationship evolve in the live action? Will we see more growth from Lilo as she matures, or will Nani's role as Lilo's protector be expanded to show her own growth as a person and guardian? Fans expect that the live-action version will explore their relationship more deeply, perhaps showing Nani's struggles to balance being a young woman with her role as Lilo's caretaker. We may also see Lilo's personal development as she learns more about herself and her place in the world, something that will further solidify the movie's emotional core. 6. Who will be the villain? Dr. Jumba or someone new? In the original Lilo and Stitch, the villain was Dr. Jumba, the eccentric and morally ambiguous scientist who created Stitch. While Jumba is technically the antagonist, his comedic and somewhat redeemable nature meant he wasn't a typical bad guy. Fans have speculated that the live-action version might either keep Jumba as the villain or introduce a new antagonist entirely. Could there be a new villain, potentially someone who wants to exploit Stitch's powers for their own gain? Or could Jumba be given a more serious, sinister role in the live-action adaptation? Some fans predict that Jumba's character will be further developed, possibly even transforming into a more sympathetic figure by the end of the film. 7. Lilo's growth. Will we see her mature? Lilo's journey in the animated film is a coming-of-age story that shows her learning to embrace who she is, flaws and all. In the live action, fans expect that we'll see a more mature version of Lilo, someone who has grown and changed since her days of dancing with Elvis impersonators and obsessing over Stitch. Will we see her transition from a quirky, misunderstood child into a more grounded young woman? It's likely that the live-action adaptation will offer a more nuanced take on Lilo's growth, showing how she learns to balance her independent spirit with the responsibilities she faces in her relationship with Nani and Stitch. As the anticipation for the live-action Lilo and Stitch continues to grow, the theories and predictions keep piling up. What do you think the live-action remake will look like? Will it stay true to the original, or will Disney surprise us with bold new twists? Let us know your thoughts and predictions in the comments below. Be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon.